Hey guys, good evening. It is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. It's great to be with you on this wonderful, actually, Thursday evening, as we're almost going to get into the next hour of the morning here. Has on my face there, sorry. Um, it is Thursday night, February 8th, 2024. Thank you so much for being here. Really do appreciate that. We'll get to our master topic, ladies and gentlemen, in just a second. But whether you're here at 11:38 at night, 11:38 in the morning, 3 a.m., 3 p.m., or perhaps maybe even a 1 a.m. or a 1 p.m., makes no matter. Just thank you so much for being here. It really does mean a lot to me that you've chosen to be here with me and to help improve your life. Because you know, ladies and gentlemen, what they say, education is never finished. And if you believe that, you'll be successful. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. I'm a podcast host. I'm a podcast coach and a specialist in helping businesses tell a story that leads to them growing and being more scalable and, of course, more profitable. Now, I typically do work with companies that bring in 10 million or more, or people basically have to understand one thing, though, that I work with people that's about truth. So I'll help you find the core truth of your business, what you're trying to do. If you know your truth, great. If you don't, I'll find it. If you know what the truth is, I'll make sure it is truth. And then we'll make sure we get it out to the world so people can get curious about you and want to do business with you. All right, guys, so let's get right into it. First is how to help others. That's our master topic for the week. So you know how we do this. We start on a Saturday with a master topic. We roll all the way through the weekend. We finish up on a Friday, which is tomorrow. Wow, can you believe that tomorrow is going to be February 9th? And I can't believe, ladies and gentlemen, that next week, I believe it's next Wednesday, is Valentine's Day. I mean, that just I don't know about you, but that just kind of blows me out of the water that we're here already with Valentine's Day. I don't know what to say about that, but I think that's just amazing that we're at Valentine's Day, and it's absolutely amazing. So definitely want to, I'm sure you want to check that out. But I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it is important to understand that we make lots of choices in our life. Okay, we make lots of choices, and so if we make lots of choices in our life, then we know that we have the ability to affect our life, right? I think we know that. But some people don't think they have the ability to affect their life. They just don't think. So I'm here to tell you that you do have the ability to affect your life, and you got to make these choices. So this is what we're going to talk about here today, ladies and gentlemen, is the master topic for today's show. What is your plan to help others? Now, you might have thought about wanting to help somebody so badly, but for whatever reason, you're just not helping the person. Why? Maybe it's because you just don't know, right? Maybe you just don't know what that is. And that's not saying that it's a bad thing, ladies and gentlemen. It's just saying that it's something that we have to understand. It's something that we as humans need to understand. Okay. And I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it is pretty amazing that we can do that, because when we think about our lives and we think about what's going on in our lives and how we have so much potential in our life, that's when we start to realize that our life is changing. That's right. I said our life is changing. And so what I want to express with you guys tonight is that you've got to have a plan. I've said this to you many times before when the new year's about to start and the old year's about to end. If we have failed to plan, then, ladies and gentlemen, we have planned to fail. So what do you have to do? Ding, ding, ding. Create an action plan. So if you want to help others, whatever you want to do, anything that's significant, you always want to create an action plan, especially when you want to help others. So what is your first thing you might be asking me, John, is, so what is an action plan for others? Or an action plan, I should say, to help others. It's not hard, ladies and gentlemen. It's really not hard. But it's something you got to put a little thought into. All right. An action plan will allow you to take the steps necessary and keep you accountable if you keep looking at that plan. So we talked about some things before about how you help others, but we can put that into a plan. So that's number one. you could put this action plan. It could be digital. It could be in a notebook. Doesn't matter. You could put it up on a board somewhere. It could be on a chalkboard. Could be on a write erase board. Doesn't matter. But the fact that you're putting it down, that you're writing it down. So what has to go on there? Let's say you want to help somebody. I gave you some suggestions. One was to create blessing bags, right? And just keep in your car, and people that might need food, you could give it to them. Another thing you could do is you could say, you know what? I want to learn a new language so I can teach other people English from that language. That's a good plan. But then what are your action plans? Well, I'm going to get certified in this second language. And then I'm going to be able to teach these people English. I'm just giving you ideas. Maybe you decide that you want to help maybe be a merit badge counselor for Scouts, or perhaps you want to be a counselor for, I'm going to say, Girl Scouts, right? What's your plan? Well, what are you going to teach? Is there a fee? Maybe there's a fee because there's some work you have to do. And I'm not saying you have to do it for free. And then do you have connections with the local Girl Scouts or Boy Scout troops? And do they know that you even have this? And, what makes you qualified? Because they might ask you that, why are you qualified to teach this? So creating an action plan is not just about the things that will be helping others. Remember, I said you had to help yourself first before you can help others. So creating an action plan is something you should do if you want to set your own promises, right? The number 2 thing you want to do is you want to smile. So on that action plan, I would put down that you want to smile more. So how do you smile more? Everybody always asks me this question, John, how do you smile more? So smiling uses less muscles than frowning. Okay. Some people smile when they see or hear or feel money. Some people will smile just by simply relaxing their eyebrows, just like that, or then their jaw muscles, and they'll smile naturally. Maybe you'll think about something funny, right? Maybe you'll smile without teeth, just a simple smile. Maybe you'll be in front of the mirror and you'll just practice smiling, right? Be a soft smile. It doesn't have to be a real hard smile. Smile in a selfie. Maybe you could smile when you're going to meet somebody. You want to make sure you have that smile. A good way. One of the things that makes me smile a lot is I always love to take care of my teeth. And when my mouth really feels good, which it always does, but whenever you brush your teeth and I floss afterwards and use like the what do you call it? I use the device that lets you literally, while you're brushing, you can actually, after you're finished, you can actually water pick. And so that makes my mouth feel really happy, and it makes me want to smile. So the question you might be asking, John, is how do you get others to smile? Well, one way, ladies and gentlemen, is to get yourself to smile. See, because smiling is infectious. Yeah, it's infectious. Maybe you'll offer a stranger a genuine compliment, not one just because you have to compliment them. You're complimenting them because you want to. Okay. Maybe it's somebody you know, and you send them flowers or a gift, chocolate, etc. Pay for another person's food order. Send a postcard to a friend. Call. Not text your parents to check in or relatives. Call them. Spend some time with them. Tell your significant other you love them every time they leave the house. Offer a cold drink to your lawn crew on a hot day. I know a lot of times I get people from different companies delivering to our company. And I was like, hey, can I get you a cold drink or soda? And usually they'll say yes. Once in a while they'll say no. But I'm always happy to give them, like, do you want a cold one? Do you want a room temperature one? And I give it to them. And, that doesn't sound like it's a lot. But I know that if I was in their shoes, I'd be so grateful that somebody just, offered me a beverage. Okay. Cook a meal for a sick friend or somebody that's shut in. Ask a stranger to dance if they're sitting alone. Tip the grocery store clerk who loads up your car. Now, they're not supposed to take money, but hey, You want to give them something? Go ahead and give them something. No one has to know. Say thank you to active and retired military. That's pretty cool. There was a gentleman today, was doing some work for me, a construction person, and I learned that he was in the Navy. And I said to him, "Sir, thank you so much for your service. Leave a holiday gift for your postal delivery person, garbage, or maybe your recycling collector." Okay. Um, these are important things. Maybe leave flowers or chocolates for your cleaning person. Put a positive sticky note in your child's lunch. My parents used to do this a lot. My mom used to do this a lot. She would a lot of times send me lunch, and then she'd send a note like, John, love you. I made you, hi, John, made you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, your favorite, and cookies. Please make sure you finish your whole sandwich. Love, Mom. I love Mom and Dad. So when I was in grammar school, I never liked cold cuts, but my mom would always give me cold cuts because it was easy, it was simple, and I never told them I didn't like cold cuts. I just said I'd rather have something else. So what wound up happening is my mom would send me a full sandwich. I'm like, just send me a half a sandwich. And what wound up happening was one of my teachers, who I think it might have been a lunch mom that was proctoring, told my mom, "Hey, your son like only took a few bites of a sandwich and threw it out." And that's when she realized that she's got to get me something that I like. I didn't want to hurt her feelings, but I was doing myself more of a disservice. But so when she found out, she started making things I like. She's like, I have to give you bologna tomorrow. Please don't throw it out tomorrow. I promise I'll get you something else, or I'll get you something else the next day. I'll get you pizza. And my mom really did try to get me good food. Like I loved peanut butter and jelly. If she was giving me sometimes she gave me a chicken sandwich. It was a cold chicken sandwich because you couldn't really warm it up, but it was a good chicken sandwich. Tuna fish, and I have notes in there. So that was a nice little thing. When I went camping, my mom would do the same thing. She would go ahead and give me a note. You can celebrate your friend, partner, lover's half birthday with their favorite dessert. So what the heck is a half birthday? Well, I would say if you take half of the year, right? So basically, you can just go 6 months earlier than that would be, right? So 6 months earlier. So, for example, my birthday's in February. So we go February, we go January, um, we go December, November, October, September, August. So my half birthday's in August. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Give up your seat to someone on public transportation. Maybe it's an elder person that needs the seat. Send an anonymous food basket to a family who might be struggling. You could read about a family on Facebook, or someone who lost everything in a house or a fire. Hold the door open for someone else. Treat your coworker to breakfast one morning. It's a nice thing to do. Tell someone you are proud of them. Leave an unexpected large tip for your waiter or waitress. That's just a nice thing to do, especially if you're not coming back there, because then they don't feel obligated like they have to do anything for you. I think that's great, especially like if you're on vacation. Give your child's bus driver a gift card for no reason. That's nice. Hand a homeless person a grocery store gift card or food and water. Cheer for a jogger running by your house on a smoldering day. Show up unexpectedly at a friend or family member's workplace and take them to lunch. That's nice. Smile, as I told you, and say hello to everyone you pass for a full day. You'll be amazed at how much that's going to change your attitude. Offer to watch a friend's child so they can have some alone time or a date night with their partner. Tell a goofy joke or make a complete fool of yourself for someone that needs to laugh. Offer to load groceries into an elderly person's car. Notice someone's new hairstyle. Um, buy a just because present for someone you love or care about. Pay it forward. There's lots of ways you could pay it forward. You could fill up somebody's tank of gas. Um, you could be in the store and suddenly seeing somebody put things back. And then you just decide to say, hey, no, don't put that back. You need to get that food. And I got you. Don't worry about it. I think that's amazing. So there's lots of ways to make people smile, but I think the best way is when we're genuine. All right. My last tip for tonight is to give constructive feedback. You might be working with a colleague. You might be working with a friend. Could be a volunteer. Most people want to improve the quality of their lives. This is what I found. Most people want to improve their life. Did you know that? Most people want to improve their life. Most people. I didn't say every person. I said most people. Right? So help somebody improve their life. Right? You can give constructive feedback. Maybe somebody was, maybe, I don't know, they were singing. Maybe they were off key and say, hey, when you do that note, you really got to hold that longer. Or, it's great that you're doing all these exercises. And I noticed you've been so diligent. May I give you a tip? Yeah, sure. When you're benching, it's better to hold your arms in. I'm just making it so this way, you get a better grip, and also it won't cause any kind of potential damage to your arms. And always warm up your arms. I know you come and you start right away, which is great, but you always want to make sure you warm up your arms or your legs, just something for a few minutes so they're not just getting a total shock. Some people are willing to take your advice and others are not. Is it that they're too proud? Is it that they're too perfect? Sometimes people just want to yap because they want to be right. And that's okay. But when people see how much you care, not how much you know, but how much you care, you're going to see how they change their perspective and how they respond to you. I think that as you figure out ways to help others, it could be something one time, it could be something continuously. I don't care what it is. The whole point is that you've made a choice in your heart that you want to help others. That's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. So reviewing tonight, start out by creating an action plan. I don't care how basic it is. You could take a piece of paper and say, every day I will, and then write down what it is. I will follow a Neville Goddard knot strategy, or I will write out affirmations 3 times a day, or I will follow the there's a famous one you might have heard before. It's called the 369 manifestation. So 369, the law of manifestation by Tesla. So basically, write something 3 times, then write something 6 times, then write something 9 times. And so that could be something you do. You might say to every day or at least twice a week, I'm going to walk or I'm going to run 30 minutes. These are great promises you can make yourself. But in terms of others, I'm going to give away 1 meal a week or a month or whatever it is. And then when you do it, you check it off. It's like it becomes part of your persona. It becomes part of who you are. And the best way to do this is the anonymous ones. But there are some people, obviously, you want them to know it's you. But when you're really giving from the heart, like somebody, like I told you, like the overgenerous tip, don't do it at your local server that you know all the time, because then they're going to feel very obligated to have to pay it back to you in some way, either trying to give you free food, and you don't want them to do that. So if you do it on a trip and you're never going to see them again, that's a great way because they're not gonna see you. So maybe you're on a boat, maybe you're on a cruise, and maybe you tip them regularly all the time. But then on the last day before you leave, you could give them an envelope with $100 in or something, right? See, these little things, and what I've learned in life is it's not the money that makes people happy, it's the thought. Somebody comes over and says, "Hey, John, here's a box of chocolates." Doesn't matter what it costs. Just the fact that you took the time to get me a box of chocolates, first of all, touches me. And second of all, I'm very grateful for that. So remember that if you want to help others, start with a plan. And the simplest plan is, why not make the choice to smile at everyone you see for the next 24 hours and see what that does for you. I bet you that'll be infectious. Or how about smiling for everyone you see for the next 2 days? And you'll see you'll want to do it the next day and the next day and the next day. And these things will become habits. They'll become part of your personality. I hope you enjoyed my tips tonight, which is what we talked about here is, basically what is your plan to help others? And that's create an action plan, smile, and give constructive feedback. Hey, guys, please do scan the QR code. Please do go to thebelievemeachieve.com. And why not follow me on the TikTok so I can reach over 1,000 followers so I can stream out? I'd be so grateful for that. But ladies and gentlemen, before I do say goodbye tonight, because I do have to do that, and I always promise to get these shows out to you before my head hits the pillow. I'm John C. Morley. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm a podcast host and a podcast coach, and I am a specialist in helping businesses tell a story that leads to them growing and being more scalable and, of course, more profitable. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, I do work with companies that typically bring in 10 million or more, and they're very passionate about who they are and about their story. If they don't know what their story is, I'm happy to help them find it, or I'm happy to get their story out to the world as long as it's truthful. Because remember, as Dale Carnegie said, when we strive to become genuinely interested in the other person, we get naturally curious. We want to learn more. We're potentially probably going to want to do business with that person. So make people curious about you. Don't tell them everything. Get them curious. And you're going to find out that they're going to be wanting to hang around you a lot more than just today. But when we give too much, it's like, oh, I already know everything, so why do I want to bother? But when they get curious about finding it, it's really a different thing. Have yourself an amazing rest of your night, everyone, and I'll catch you guys real soon, all right? I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll wrap the show up tomorrow with our final of this master topic that we've been talking about all week, which is how to help others, something that's remarkable, and I hope that you'll choose to apply many of these nuggets to your life so that you can improve yours and, of course, impact those of many around you. Have yourself a fantastic